That's what we pushed for, and that's what we got. Got it? In the civil rights movement in the 60s, we said, listen, we want equal laws for everybody. Everybody can eat at any restaurant they want to. Everybody can go to any school they want to. Everybody can go to any restroom they want to. Everybody can drink from any water fountain. It's not going to be no preferential treatment. Everybody's going to be treated the same. Then we got that push. We got it on paper. Whatever we get on paper, it's equal. It benefits everybody. It's a fair deal. It ain't no little janky ass plea deal where we're sitting up here undermining people, going along and legitimizing white tea supremacy. We never pushed a deal that legitimized white tea supremacy. Every deal we pushed as foundational Black Americans challenged it. Everyone. No other group can say that over here, ladies and gentlemen. Even the immigration with the tethers in here running their damn mouths. We were the ones who said, hey, those little racial quotas where y'all won't let Africans over, you won't let Caribbeans over in large numbers, you got little quotas for them, you got quotas for Asians, you won't let them over. All that shit has to go. We were the ones who said all of those racial quotas and immigration has to go. If you're going to have an immigration law, it has to be equal. You have to give immigrants equal footing to come over here. And that didn't even benefit us because we ain't immigrants. But we stood on equality business. We had to challenge the white tea supremacists. So this is what I'm saying. We've never made little janky ass plea deals. We're the only people who force these people to do right by the laws that's already on the books and make them equal and not selectively enforce them based on race. We've never legitimized white tea supremacy. You understand? That makes us unique, ladies and gentlemen. That's why everybody has to run up over here under us. All of these people who come over here benefiting off the laws that we pushed, because we were the only ones pushing back on the white tea supremacy like that in large numbers consistently. You understand? Our position as foundational Black Americans is one of uncompromised resistance. We've never compromised through treaties. Our resistance and our lineage, it remains intact. We've never accepted bribes for peace, land for silence, security in exchange for servitude, none of that stuff. We've always resisted these people. You understand? That makes us unique. So I don't want to hear about your little janky deals y'all signed. Y'all signed plea deals. We didn't. Excuse me. All right, let's get some folks up in here because we're in here heavy. Yeah, we stood 10 toes down. That's why people have to come up here under us. That's why people always have to co-opt our movements. Anything we do, they got to do a little janky version of it. And now we're getting to the point where we're letting folks know, y'all not just going to be coming up under us all willy-nilly undermining us after we've done a lot to help all of these people. And y'all not going to be disrespecting our lineage. That's why the delineation movement is very, very important. That's why people are so shook. You understand? Because they know we got a righteous claim. We're supposed to be looking out for our lineage. As much disrespect as we've been receiving from these people, we're supposed to be looking out for our lineage. Because these people do nothing but come over here and denigrate us on the slick, say little slick shit behind closed doors after we sat up here and helped them out. Just like with that Monaleo situation, her manager, they caught him using all of these derogatory terms, calling us all types of akatas and the N-word and all of that. And I want y'all to notice something about Monaleo and her manager. And because that's been blowing up on social media, we done pulled out the tweets of this man and he's locked his page. This man has been denigrating foundational Black. And by the way, Monaleo's her manager. He's Nigerian. Now, Monaleo was sitting up here going on a press tour talking about the importance of unity, this and unity, that. And she was basically cursing out the Black grassroots over here, talking about if y'all don't want unity with everybody, F y'all and all this. And her manager is up here calling us every name under the sun, akatas, N-words, Oh my God, just denigrating us left and right. And I want y'all to notice something, family, because that whole expose of Mauna Leo and her manager, that's blowing up on social media. Have y'all noticed all of these immigrant-run blogs? They ain't saying nothing about that. Oh, he was talking about how much he loved white girls and all that. Notice, these immigrant blogs, Shade Room, Bossip, Madame Noir, The Root, that's an immigrant-run ass blog. Media Takeout, they ain't saying nothing about it, are they? Y'all notice that? They ain't saying nothing about that tether ass manager talking greasy about us. They hadn't said nothing. Now they run stories on every little thing that happens in our community. Every little thing, they run a story on it and blow it up. Every little scandal with foundational Black American artists or public figures, they run a story on it. They are very, very quiet about this. You see, this is how the tether class look out for each other. I told y'all about them damn blogs a long time ago. I told people about them tether damn blogs. I peeped a decade and a half ago how they got down, how they would always run these crazy stories about Black American celebrities and public figures, and just us and our culture in general. They would just promote the underbelly. They would promote the most ratchet nonsense. But anytime they talked about Africa or the Caribbean, it was always a positive story. They would always talk about some Nigerian wedding. Oh, this Nigerian guy got a scholarship. Everything about Africa would be extremely positive. Everything about us would be ratchet. Oh, I noticed that a long time ago. They don't run negative stories on themselves. And Candace Owens said the quiet part out loud. She said it straight up and down. Remember? She did an interview and she said, listen, because Candace Owens, she identifies as Caribbean. She said, listen, when I was working at the Daily Wire, I'm going to be honest, I have Caribbean privilege. I give Caribbean privilege. Anytime they wanted me to write a story or do a negative story on some Caribbean, I wouldn't do it. When they wanted to do a negative story on Cardi B or Rihanna or Nicki Minaj or whatever, she said she wouldn't do it. She had Caribbean bias. She wouldn't do it. She said it out of her damn mouth. So a lot of those people are like that. These blogs, they don't show negative stories about their fellow Caribbeans or their fellow Africans. They don't do that. But they show every negative thing over here. I peeped that early on, and that was problematic. And the same thing with Mauna Leo. None of these blogs are saying anything about that. Now, they were just blowing her up the other day. They ain't saying nothing about this scandal with her damn manager, because these people have the same damn views about us. You understand? These people have the same views about us. Yeah, they want that story to go away. Also, the reason why they're quiet, a lot of these tether blogs, they're satellites for the Democrat Party, by the way. A lot of these tether blogs, they are satellites for the DNC. That's another thing. And this whole Mauna Leo thing is a DNC play. That's why whenever Kamala and these people are running these tether blogs to interview her and all of these other people, because they push immigration, and their job is to come in and undermine our culture and our lineage and act as they're our representatives. Yeah? So it's very important to understand the game out here. Let me get some more people in here. Let's get the family in here. Y'all raise your hand if you want to get up, because we got a lot of people in here. Shout out to my sis Nat with the super fan. All right, y'all, come on in here. Let's just chop this thing up. We're going to get a lot of folks up in here. All right, let me see who we got. What's up, dear? Shannon? Shannon? Okay, what are you doing, Shannon? Okay, she must not have meant to get on. Okay, she's in there making a late night snack. All right, Shannon, I'm gonna let you do what you do. All right. All right. So let me look in the queue. Let's try this. If you're ready to get up, raise your hand. Let's do it like that. Raise your hand if you are ready to get up. In the chat, raise your hand. All right, raise your hand if you are ready to get up. Rich, for some reason, it's not letting me get you up. All right, raise your hand if you're ready to get up. All right, let me try some people. Hold on. Okay, some of these people I'm trying to let y'all up and it's not letting me put you up. All right, for some reason, it's not giving me the option to let y'all up. All right, I don't know what that's about. Let's try. I don't know why it's not letting me let y'all up. All right, some of these people just make a request. Ebony just became a super fan. Respect to you. Yeah, Rich is not giving me the option. I'm trying to let you up, Richie. Make another request. I don't know why it's doing this, man. I don't know why it's doing this. I don't know why it's doing this, but I'm going to try something. I'm going to try it this way. All right. Mello?
Hey, how you doing? B1 to the family.
How you doing, Mello? You good?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. My thing. I always see revenue come up here, and you keep pushing the Pan African stuff, but it's crazy to me because he denigrates us and stuff like that, like all the Black Americans for things that FBA says, and I identify as FBA, but he says that Black Americans aren't FBA, but yet to slight FBAs, he'll talk about the lineage of Black Americans, talk about we got ate up by dogs and all this stuff like that. I just find it crazy because he's pushing all this Pan African stuff while you using it. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy to me. I just don't understand it.
Oh, yeah. Look, Revenue, get up here. Get up here real quick, Revenue. Let's talk about that, Revenue. Because, Revenue loves talking about how we got bit up by dogs and all that stuff. Yeah, and again, when they try to use me as a proxy, it's never about me. It's about the lineage. They got disdain and vitriol for the lineage and all of that.
And my bad too. One other thing. That Gumby guy. I went to one of his lives before, and he got upset that you keep muting him. But I got up there on the stage and I started to talk. And before I even got a few words out, he started to mute me because I guess I said something he didn't like, and then he threw me off the panel.
Oh yeah. He's a whining tether, and I don't let him use my platform to whine because he don't have nothing to say. They want to use our platforms to just start lying and trolling. We don't do that. Now, Revenue, you in here causing havoc, denigrating our lineage, Revenue. And we got brother Dan in here too. Revenue.
What's up, Rick?
Yeah. So Now, Revenue, they want to know why you have so much disdain for our lineage. Is it jealousy?
Nah, I don't got no disdain for African Americans. I think y'all some of the most dopest people. But when you say that, you've been fighting and all this stuff, I don't see no treaties. I don't see no sovereign land. And when the whole world watched your lineage get, water holes and bit up by dogs. So I don't know this amount of big fighting that y'all did.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, we didn't sign treaties and plea deals like your lineage did. Y'all had to sign plea deals.
I mean, in order to put yourself in those type of positions, you got to be able to fight. Like you don't establish a sovereign nation or establish treaties without fighting. So when you say fought,
no, you compromise. A lot of that shit is compromise. Y'all compromise.
How? If they were slaves before they fought and after they wasn't slaves no more, that's not a victory?
Oh yeah, if you turn around and start turning in other enslaved people, that's not a victory. You sold out. You know why y'all sold out? Because you love talking about them dogs. You know why the Maroons, your Maroons in Jamaica sold out? Because our Maroons didn't sell out. Our Maroons never took an L.
What Maroons?
The ones in the Great Dismal Swamp.
Integrate
The ones in the
Native
Great
Americans.
Dismal Swamp. The ones in the Great Dismal Swamp. They never took an L.
You gotta stop tethering on to Seminoles victories and
I ain't even
Native
talking about the
American
Seminoles.
victories.
I'm not even talking about the Seminoles. I'm not even talking about that. That was a whole different group. I'm talking about the ones in the Great Dismal Swamp in North Carolina and Virginia. They never took an L. They were never infiltrated. They never got caught. They never got killed. And
So they established a sovereign. They established a sovereign land.
They had a sovereign entity within the swamp that was never penetrated or infiltrated. They study that to this very day. That's
let me ask you a question.
Hold on,
your ancestors didn't work out a deal to become citizens.
Hold on. Yeah, we never. The Maroons never signed a damn plea deal to turn people in. They fought these white supremacists from day one and never gave up and never took an L. That's where
they established a sovereign land.
That's where Harriet Tubman was going back and forth. All right.
Oh, so when she was fleeing on the Underground Railroad, that
wasn't fleeing. She was putting in work. She came back. She was born and died on her homeland, sir.
But she fled to Canada.
She was born and died on her homeland.
Did she flee America?
She didn't flee nowhere. We were
so in a war. She didn't go to Canada.
In a war. No, she didn't flee nowhere. We were in a war, and she participated in the Civil War.
What's the name of the Black American War, Tariq?
All of them, because we fought in all of them. Every war was a Black American war. We fought in every one of them, and we're still here. You the one who had to flee. And speaking of dogs, you talking about dogs. You do know that the British brought in those Dogo Cubanos over there biting a chunk out of the asses of the Jamaicans, by the way. Do you know that? They brought in those Cuban flesh-eating dogs over there to Jamaica. That's what made them sign them damn treaties.
Yeah, but it's not on national. TB
didn't exist at the time. Yeah, TB didn't exist at the time. But yeah, them Dogo Cubanos bit a plug and bit the jerk chicken out your ass over there, and you ran and signed a fucking plea deal. So tell the truth.
Tariq, we defeated the most powerful.
No. You want to talk about some dogs? No. They brought them Cuban dogs over there, so y'all got some act right real quick. Y'all said, hey, we'll just go up here and make some jerk chicken and leave y'all alone. We'll turn in. Yeah, y'all got some act right when they brought them Cuban dogs over. Yeah,
but we defeated the most powerful army.
At least we fought the dogs over here in Selma and Birmingham. We fought the dogs back. And also,
yeah, but those are police, sir. You comparing,
and we fought them too.
You're comparing the police to an army.
And we fought them too. They had to create
army?
SWAT. We had to, the grassroots, that was the army. We made them change laws and we didn't flee.
Your ancestors never fought no army, Tariq. Unless it was on the benefit of the white man.
We had to fight the National Guard. We had to fight the damn National Guard repeatedly. That's an army.
What's worse?
That's an army, sir. The National Guard is an army. We had to fight them repeatedly, and still stood on business. In the LA riots, we had to fight the National Guard, and still stood on business.
So why didn't y'all achieve any sovereign land or independence?
We don't, because we're still under global white supremacy. So we're not going to legitimize them. We have to replace the system of white supremacy. We ain't trying to do these little sucker deals where we got a little enclave over here where they have us. Is that your smoke alarm, man? Your smoke alarm is
that's your smoke alarm.
Okay, Revenue, can you turn down the curry goat or something? It's killing me. Let me get brother Dan in. Dan, hop in, Dan.
Yeah, it was good, Flex. How you doing, man?
I'm good, brother. Go ahead.
I see different apps, same revenue. Like, this is what people miss about this whole conversation. If you look at Jamaicans, you talk to any Jamaican, like you talk to the guys on Twitter, Reggie or GT, they will brag about being proud sons of the British Empire. However, the Constitution is very different from the mainland Europe. What Revenue is talking about is, we signed a treaty. Listen, we gave the United States government so much hell and scared them so much. It was like, you know what? How about y'all just be equal citizens? We don't even got to do none of this.
Right.
They didn't want us to stand on our own and become our own country because they wasn't sure they could win that fight.
Yeah, so they fought as slaves in the Civil War. They fought as slaves in the Revolution.
Equal citizens under the law. And see, that is what they really jealous about, because all those treaties y'all signed, and when the Chinese came over to buy stuff, they didn't do business with Jamaicans. They did business with the British government.
Right.
Which is right now to this day, you guys don't own the beaches. You don't own your land. You don't own your manufacturing. You don't own any of the exports. Most of the export business in Jamaica is owned by Chinese people. All the most valuable ones are owned by Chinese people. And you know who benefited from that? The British government, because these guys are still under the crown. They have absolutely no power whatsoever in their homeland. Now, y'all might say, take a look at Tulsa, Oklahoma, for example, right? Most people say, oh, you know, they came and they killed. No, they had a fight on their hands. Those black people, those brothers, were veterans of World War One. They grabbed their guns. They murdered a lot of people. Matter of fact, it all started because black people refused to let them just take one of our own. We fought back, and they could not beat us. So what they did was they reached out to the army, and they used planes because they were losing the ground fight. See, and people don't know that. So when people like Revenue talk about us just laying down and getting bit by dogs, no, they had to bring in the dogs. They had to bring in an overwhelming amount of force because they could not stand toe to toe with us. We were beating those officers down. That's why if you look back at the civil rights movement, you'll hear Martin Luther King always preaching nonviolence. Why would you have to do that? We were docile people. See, we're not docile. We literally believe anything necessary.
Y'all created the nonviolent movement. That ain't.
So what now?
I said, Black Americans created nonviolent protests and stuff like that. That ain't existing.
No, that was the opposition party. And if you ever notice how Martin Luther King switched his stance on that,
And that was only part of the game. That was for the media to see the upstanding black people.
No white people died during the civil rights.
Are you out of your mind?
They actually did. What are you talking about? Like,
are you out of your mind?
It's something you don't know the history. If you take a look at, we have Black American newspapers that have archives, and they have white American newspapers that have archives. There were black lynch mobs that went around lynching white people for doing wrong things to black people. We don't play that game. They don't tell you that part of history.
I didn't even want to fight for sovereignty.
They don't tell you. No. What are you talking about? We were born in this country.
We fought for independence. We fought to be free.
Yeah. So you know what? 100%. You guys fought for independence.
Every time
you guys fought for independence, but when the Chinese came over to Jamaica, they did business with the British government. How does that work?
Y'all fought in the civil rights. Y'all fought in the Civil War to be citizens.
Y'all brag about having a treaty with the British, which is so crazy to me because in the treaty it says you guys are basically
that's not a flex.
And the British will have control over all your resources. That's what you signed away. See, the Mexicans talk about the treaty they signed when they lost the American-Mexican War. What they don't tell you is they gave up states like Arizona.
You gotta have a war to establish a treaty. Y'all never had a war in America.
They did not want to go to war with us. We've had plenty of skirmishes with the United States military. You know what they realized? They're not. They did not have enough.
One day,
they literally teach foundational. What was the name of that? Those people you were talking about, Flex, in Carolina that fought inside that swamp.
The Maroons up there.
They teach those military tactics to this day. That's how we were able to fight against guerrilla warfare. They teach that stuff in military schools today. And that was techniques fought over 100 plus years ago. As a matter of fact, the phonetic alphabet that they use, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, that came from foundational Black Americans. We literally come up with codes that they use. We had so much stuff going on, caused them so much confusion. They didn't know what to do. The idea of compartmentalization that the United States government used during the Manhattan Project came directly from foundational Black Americans because we had a way of passing information to each other without letting anybody know. The dominant society couldn't do anything with us. We were too cunning, too slick, too smooth. So that's what I'm saying, but you guys don't know that. You guys
so why if you did
look, that was when you guys talk about the Maroons signing that treaty, you know what that was? That was a disarming tactic so the British government could save money on a long drawn out war. Because they were more concerned about the French. See, this is the part they don't tell you. And I don't really like to talk about this. Because I like to... What?
Are you saying the British was compromised according to you?
No, the British deal with, look, you know how parents talk to a kid, oh, look at my strong man, bring me the gallon of milk in the house. Yeah. That's what they did to y'all. They was like, we don't want to draw on our war. But when you guys sign this treaty, you got to tell us where everybody else is hiding. And that shortened their campaign to take back Jamaica. They actually just took it back on paper.
Exactly.
That's why today, right? Look, it's crazy because I don't like to kill y'all momentum, and we like to keep y'all confidence up. So we don't really tell y'all the truth about what they did, y'all. But truth to be told, they literally just colonized y'all on paper with your help. The Maroons turned on their own people that they were supposed to protect under some false sense of security from the British. And what they did was they messed their own people over. Because to this day, if you want to do business, big business in Jamaica, you don't do business with Jamaicans. You do business with the Crown, and the Crown is allowed to tell you where you
it's
can
no
make your
different
stuff.
than America. If you want to do business, you do business with the white.
If I want to do business with America, I go down to the Chamber of Commerce where I pay taxes at.
White people own 99% of the land, and they contribute to.
Do you know what government contracting is?
Over 95% of the GDP.
Revenue. Do you know what government contracting is?
Yeah.
You ever gotten a government contract?
No.
I have plenty of times. That's me doing business with my government. You know how to go through with that? Absolutely
But
nobody.
what does that mean though? If you don't have a sovereign land,
That
you just
means
under the
no, we're
thumb of the
equal
white
citizens.
man. You don't have a
No,
sovereign land. You didn't
see,
achieve
we're equal citizens. See,
basic
the
civil
reason
rights
why
until
equal
100 years
citizenship
after
is
the civil
important
rights,
instead of
after the Civil War.
some toy
So
tree
you
that
didn't
you guys
achieve
got is
anything,
because we still consider equal citizens under law. So that's why our fight is a lot different from yours. That's why you pushing Pan Africanism and we pushing Foundational Black Americans because we are equal citizens under the
bro.
Constitution. We don't
Martin
have the same
Delany
fight.
started Pan Africanism.
What does that have to do with anything?
So don't make it seem
No,
like
no,
we
no.
started Pan
Why do you
Africanism.
like?
Martin
What does that have to do with?
Delany
But
and
you
Paul
adopted
Clifton
it,
started
correct?
Pan Africanism.
Did you adopted, correct?
And we came to save y'all. The
Well,
Harlem Renaissance. J.E. Roderick,
you love
Arthur
Marcus Garvey, right?
Schomburg.
Marcus
We
Garvey
came to
said
save
that
y'all.
foundational Black Americans were the best in the world at enterprising and education. That's the reason why he
So
spent so
why
much
y'all
time
fled
over
to
here.
Haiti and Trinidad?
Who
If
fled
y'all
to
did
Haiti and
all this
Trinidad?
great fight,
Most of
why
us
did y'all
live
have to
here
flee to Haiti and Trinidad?
for the same reason we went to Ethiopia to help y'all liberate yourselves. Because you couldn't do it.
No, brother.
Even to this day, right
Y'all
now,
fled because y'all didn't want to stay in y'all
revenue.
own 2
Right now,
feet.
right now, there are Ethiopians. There are people from Ghana. There are people from Nigeria hosting similar spaces right now, and they're talking shit about everybody. But you guys don't go to their spaces or their lives to talk to them. You guys come here. You want to know why you come here? Because they're just wolves howling at the moon. We actually have the ability to make change in this country and around the world. Whenever we
So how
decide
y'all
to
can't
join
get
the
reparations?
movement,
I got
we
all this
make things
power.
work.
If you
Well,
can't
the thing
achieve
about it is,
reparations or
I got you.
basic
I can answer that question. I can answer that question for you, right? See,
Okay,
the
go
thing
ahead.
about it is, we have been a all-inclusive people because we have big hearts, and the thing about people with big hearts are typically the worst at judging character. So we assumed you guys are like us. But after a while, we started to see you guys are denigrating us. You guys are talking crap about us. You guys don't have the same affinity for us as we did for everybody else. So now you start to see
When
foundational Black Americans
when we
focus on the
founded
lineage.
cities, we
And
helped
as we're
be the
focusing on the
backbone of
lineage,
the Harlem
we are
Renaissance.
starting to delineate and we're starting to remove people who are not from us, so they can't speak for us. So now what you're starting to see is the Democratic Party and Shields currently today are working overtime to try to push flat blackness again. That's why you see the
And
Mount Little
FBA is
situation
the
not blowing up.
Republican shield.
Exactly like Tariq
FBA
said
or
earlier.
Republican
So
shield.
yeah, the delineation movement is what you see as a response to all the disrespect you guys have been pushing for so long. That's why people are in uproar. You see these bloggers, you see these podcast people saying stuff like, "Oh, it's foundational Black Americans' jobs to look the other cheek because we're the biggest." No, we're not going for that. We have never tolerated disrespect from anybody, not from this government, not from other quote unquote melanated immigrants, and that's what you guys are pissed about. Because truth be told, if we didn't have as much power as we do, you guys wouldn't be here every night trying to see what's going on. Just the other day, we had kids in here stressing out, losing their mind because we don't want to identify as them because we are our own group. Think about how that sounds. Nobody ever pressures Jamaicans to be continental Africans. They know they're Jamaican, no Haitian. And truth be
Can I ask
told,
you a question?
our country, our states are older than your countries.
You barbecue raccoon babbling right now. Can I ask you a question?
No, I'm actually speaking off facts. See, the thing is, when you babble, you just say shit that don't make sense. It's all coherent.
You possum gumbo babbling right now. Can I ask you a question?
What's up, Reverend? How you feeling?
If we hate y'all so much, why do we have to come here and help y'all with the Harlem Renaissance?
You didn't come here to help us.
You didn't.
You came here because it was such...
So explain J.E. Rogers and Schomburg.
So look, here's the thing right here.
Explain
the reason why segregation and Jim Crow became so popular because foundational Black Americans were taking all of the quote unquote entertainment money. So you had people who would not go to their clubs because white people, everybody around the world, would rather go to a juke joint and hang out with foundational Black Americans with the banjos and everything and the rock and music. That's what they were doing because we were such fun people to be around. We were so fun to be around that Jamaicans, Haitians, Ghanaians, Trinidadians, Eritreans, wherever y'all was from, when y'all heard about what was going on in America up there in Harlem, you guys came over to see what was going on. And you guys loved it so much because we were free people.
We was here from the 1800s, bro.
You guys absolutely love our culture. You just said so yourself. You don't think your ancestors loved the culture? Matter of fact, you said earlier on the Twitter space that your entire family came over here in the 80s.
Built the culture.
Because Jamaica was going downhill.
We built the culture for y'all.
No, you did not. You tried to leech off of it. That's why we call you tethers.
What?
Yes. You know what? As a matter of fact, shout out to you, man. I think you are the root work must steal the week. So shout out to you for that, rep. You earned it.
There you go. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Flex.
All right, bro. All right, Reverend. Well, we're tired of hearing goddamn Bammy babble. But thank you so much. All right. Because he's trying to troll out. But listen, Yeah, he's talking about we've had other Renaissance movements that were about history. He tried to bring up Schomburg and J.A. Rogers, and I love J.A. Rogers. He was Jamaican and he was a historian, but we had other people before J.A. Rogers. Yeah, we had the Black Convention movement going back to the damn 1830s when we were talking about Black consciousness and things like that. We were teaching history in the Black churches. We had all types of different movements when we were teaching Black history. So yeah, that was a part of our culture. I was gonna get Cheryl. I was trying to get some. My bad, I got Cheryl out by mistake. But let's get Kiki. Kiki, yo, Kiki. Okay, Kiki, don't. Okay, people come up and don't want to say nothing. But yeah, revenue. They're doing all that bammy babble, talking about what we didn't do and talking about we didn't have no treaties. Yeah, y'all got all types of treaties down bad. You still under the thumb of the damn British crown. Y'all can't go to your beaches out there in your own homeland, and you're the majority. When the Queen of England died, y'all running around with jerk chicken all on your clothes, rolling around on the dirt, crying, looking crazy. You can't tell us about nothing. Them janky ass treaty plea deals didn't do anything. Y'all did those janky plea deals, undermined each other, got hoed out by the British. You're still under the British crown. Now you got to come up under us in order to come up and then have the nerve to talk about what you did for us. You couldn't even do it for your damn homeland. Yeah, and in revenue, and people like him, they always trying to throw shots. Yeah, y'all got bit by dogs. Man, they brought them Cuban dogs over there on them damn maroons and made them get some damn act right so fast. They brought them damn Dogo Cubanos over there to Jamaica. Them niggas was running up the hill so fast. Bumba Clyde. Boo, 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 boo. Me dog gonna get me, Bumba Clyde. I signed the deal. Bumba Clyde. Lord have mercy. I signed the deal. Y'all were running to sign that damn plea deal when them dogs got on your ass. Boy, they brought them damn fleshy, because they had those Cuban dogs, those mastiffs, that were trained to eat runaway slaves. These dogs were vicious. After slavery ended, the dog breed died out. Look that up. Look up the Dogo Cubanos. This is a dog breed that died out after slavery because they only ate people. They would eat runaways. So when them, Jamaicans are already scared of dogs. That's the thing. There's a myth about Jamaicans being scared of dogs. I think that's why. Y'all ain't never seen no Jamaican with a dog? Come on now. When have you seen a Jamaican with a dog? There's a rumor that Jamaicans are scared of dogs, and I think that's why. You go out, walk your dog, and you see a Jamaican, Bumba Clyde, put up the K9, it's going to get me. That's why Jamaicans don't fuck with dogs. Come on now. When have you seen a Jamaican with a dog? That shit shook them a long time ago. You ain't never seen no Jamaican with a dog. They don't rock with dogs. When they see a dog, blood clot. They get the hauling ass. But them flip-flops get the pitter-pattering. Chain them up. Chain the dog. Chain the dog. They make a song about it. Who let the dogs out? Roof, 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 roof. Who let the dogs out? Roof, 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 roof. That's where that song came from. Those dudes are Jamaican. They made a hit song, Who Let the Dogs Out? Because they didn't want to get bit in the ass. Good grief. Yeah, they don't like no dogs. Come on now. Oh, goodness. All right, let's get some folks in here. Let's get some people in here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Y'all raise those hands. Let's raise those hands, family. Hit the likes, man. Let's get up to 500,000 people. Let's get up to 500,000 people, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Let's get 500,000 people up in here. because we are in here. Yes, did somebody send me a dog gift? All right. Everybody send me a dog gift right now. Shout out to the dogs. Shout out to our Jamaicans. Everybody send some dog. Everybody gift me a dog. All right. Can y'all do that? Let the dogs out to shout out to commemorate revenue. Everybody give me a dog gift. That'll be great. That'll be absolutely. There you go. Somebody gave me shout out to the dog gifts. FBA Red. All right. Okay. Ebony Lexi, B1 Business, shout out to you. All right. Everybody hit them likes. Hit them likes. Hit them likes. Everybody hit them likes. Let's get this thing going because we do have a lot of folks in here we're going to let in. Ladies and gentlemen, let me get everybody up in the place to be. Oh, man. Okay, y'all raise your hands. Okay, let me see. Rich Hardy wanted to come on. Let me try to get Rich. Brother Rich, hop on in, bro. Shout out to the dog, Lance.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Rich, what's up, brother?
So I got 2 quick points. One point, Conscious Lee has declared war on you on Twitter. He said you've been going at Mauna Leo too much.
Okay.
And 2, I was gonna get your opinion on the pastors and FBA community. I don't know if you've seen Marvin Winans. He was pretty much pimping people in his at the altar, and like I want your opinion on like because we need to start protecting our grannies. They're giving up money to a lot of no good pastors. That's all I wanted.
There you go. Yeah, I heard about that. The thing with Marvin Lyons. I mean, shit, just don't give him the money. Shit, he was kind of fronting on somebody about giving some money to the church. Shit, just don't give it to him. Yeah, that's shit. That's a no-brainer. Okay, let's see. Let's get L. Let's get L in here. L, hop on L. All right. Let's get.
Oh,
All right.
oh,
L.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come up.
Oh, it's all right, L. Y'all stop pushing that button by mistake. A lot of people push the buttons by mistake. All right. Okay. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I'm looking at Twitter. Boy, yeah, the Democrats are mad at me. They're very mad because I exposed Mauna Leo's manager's tweets. And they've been mad at me. Boy, they're mad. Boy, the Democrat shills, they are so pissed at me. Oh, they're mad. They're mad because I exposed those damn tweets. Well, y'all shouldn't have been putting my name in your goddamn mouth. All right? You shouldn't have had my damn name in your mouth. All right? But he's on to me. Well, I'm looking at Conscious Lee. He's like, I'm on to TARIQ's grown weird ass. Okay. He failed at everything else in life. Being an informant might be a good fit. That's a projection, Conscious Lee. You're the one booty licking for the damn DNC and whoever else. You work for them people, sir. Yeah, you the one booty licking, sir. A big old clown who's not taken seriously. Yeah, and them putting your dumb ass in the video, Conscious Lee, we already knew it was a finesse. We knew that was a finesse. Yeah, the DNC little finesse, it failed. Everybody saw it for what it was. Look, y'all gonna stop blaming me. Listen, the family ain't dumb. Y'all try to blame me. Look, people ain't dumb. They see the play. They see the play. They see it's a finesse. They see it's a con game. They know you a clown, Conscious Lee. Y'all ain't fooling nobody. They got this thing where they're getting over on everybody and I'm the one thwarting it. No, not really. People see you. They see you're a clown. They don't want to rock with y'all. The hell out of here. People saw it. Yeah, this Democrat play ain't going to work. Y'all not going to come out here trying to run these little Jedi mind tricks. People are on to you. Consciously, when we see you show up, it's all downhill. We already know when we see your face in anything, it's a finesse. It's gonna be some bullshit. So when you show up, red flag, and that ain't me. Everybody thinks that. That's why you have no clout on the grassroots. You ain't got nothing going. You are a Democrat shill. Let's be real. The grassroots don't rock with no damn Conscious Lee or none of these people. You are a clown for the damn Democrats, and not a very good one. All right, let's get some more people in here. All right. Let's get it popping. Raise your hand, guys. Raise those hands. Let's get Cutter. Mr. Cutter, hop on in. Who is this person here? Cutter,
Yeah,
what's up,
good
brother?
day. Good day, sir.
How you doing, Cutter?
I'm doing good, you know. First of all, I have to say big up yourself. I seen that you directed some movies, which is a
Yes.
great accomplishment, you know. Yeah. I listen to your live here and there, and I hear some people come up, but they're trying to compete and they're trying to compare, which I think is not really a good thing. I think the best thing is to be like truth about, you know, where you're coming from, and like just be yourself, you know. If you're unique in your own way, be unique in your own way, but don't try to compete with other people, especially if you have your own history. I'm talking about some of the Jamaicans that come up.
Oh, okay.
The issue is that some of us, like I have a tree where my great grandmother, she left Cameroon, see,
Okay.
to reach Jamaica, and there was a whole heap of thing that was going on back there, like in the 1800s, right? I'm
Okay.
pretty sure you know about. And when she got to Jamaica, you know, she was able to start over. But what
Okay,
happened now is,
brother.
bro,
Shit. Okay, thank you, brother. I got them village stories, family. We can't do village stories. Okay, I'm trying to rock with you. I told y'all. Okay, man. These Alex Haley village stories, man. Y'all got to get to the point with respect. We can't. That wasn't going. I don't know where that was going. It's just being drawn out. I'm like, God damn. It's like multiple villages. My mother. Listen, I just want to say this. We must get together and we must be one people, and we must not hate each other. You know, my grandmother come from a village in Cameroon, and she took a boat to Jamaica to another village. We brought over bushmeat and made jerk chicken. And okay, I don't know where you're going, brother. With respect, brother. I just don't know where you're going. And sometimes y'all do these long, drawn out stories. Y'all gotta learn how to wrap it up and kind of get to the point. I know he was genuine. I'm not trying to disrespect the brother, but y'all, look, I know what the audience is feeling. We have an audience here. We have an audience here, family, and I can feel the energy of the audience when we get long village stories, and also some of the brothers who are FBA, when we get some of the older FBAs, they'll call us and give us some of the damn civil rights stories. We can't have the long civil rights stories either. All right? We just can't have it. We can't have the African village stories. We can't have the FBA civil rights stories. Because a brother called in earlier, I'm a little older, and back in the day, in the 50s and 60s, I used to have to walk 14 miles to Tuskegee and get my education, and I knew George Washington Carver and everything like that, and he gave me a bag of peanuts, and I would eat the peanuts on my way to school, and then I walk my shoes off, and then I had to make my own shoes, and I want to let folks know I was the one who came up with the first Nike shoes, but they stole the patent from me, and then I had to walk down there to Selma, and I had those same bag of peanuts with me, and I was just a walking, and somebody sicked some dogs on me, and I had to get the peanut shells and stab one of the dogs in the eyes. Then somebody tried to pull up on me and lynch me, and I kicked him in the nuts, and I ran in the forest. I stayed in the forest about 10 years. I learned how to hunt. I learned how to catch squirrels, and built me a little log cabin. And after I built the log cabin, Walt Disney and them, and they came and they bought it, and they bought Disney World over there. They put Disneyland over there. They never gave me the money, but I reckon that, oh God, I mean, the stories just go on, and oh man, the stories be going on, man. I'm like, okay. It just never stops. It goes on and on. It never stops. Okay, you got to get to the point. You got to get to the point, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy, the energy. I gotta. Y'all be wearing me out on here, man. Yo, where are them likes, man? Let's get them likes up. We need to get 500,000 likes. Let's get 500,000 likes. Come on now, what we doing? Let's get 500,000 of them things in here. Let's get 500,000 likes. Where we at? Hold on. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Okay, where we at? Where we at? Let me get I'm trying to see some new faces in here. Okay. This brother look like he got some civil rights stories. Let me see. Let's try Conspiracy Zoo. Conspiracy Zoo. Hop on Conspiracy Zoo.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
Hey, how you doing tonight, Tariq?
I'm good, beloved. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm seeing how you transitioning over here to TikTok, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yes,
I just
ma'am.
would like to say this. It's a beautiful thing. I would like to say this, though, because FBA is not hard to comprehend. I
At
mean,
all.
it's like nobody wants to. That's what it is. They don't want to comprehend that we really are our own people.
Yeah.
And I don't, it's ridiculous. And they make it like, it's just such a bad thing. And then they try to, I see it. They pull you in it. Like, hey, if it weren't for you a whole lot of times, like doing the research that you do and putting it out there, a lot of things might not have got done. But these folks is crazy. Like, it's common sense.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But thank you so much, beloved. I appreciate you, dear. Thank you, dear. Let me get my baby sis up real quick. This is my baby sis. Let me get my sister Nat up in here. What's up, baby sis?
I'm one of those people that's pressing buttons. Sorry, just no.
Oh, you didn't mean to get on, sis?
I'm trying to hit the likes, man. I'm trying to get you to your 500,000.
Oh, how you doing over there, by the way? I ain't gonna keep you on. How you doing, baby?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm just over here tapping and pressing buttons, so don't mind me.
There you go. I'm gonna call you later, dear. Thank you,
All
dear.
right.
That's my baby sister, my beautiful sister, Natalie. That is my baby sis. Okay. Y'all say what's up to my sis. Y'all follow my sis, by the way. That's my baby sis. All right, come on now. Oh, my sister's beautiful. Oh, my sister's beautiful. All right, come on, yeah. Let's see who we got. Let's see who we got. Is this Champ? Mr. Champ, hop on in. All right. Champ, time will tell. I'm gonna get a lot of folks in here. And if y'all meant to get up, you got up. If you didn't, we'll get you out. It ain't no big deal. Let's get on. What's your name? Champagne? Something. Okay. I'm putting a lot of people up here.
So I have a question
Yes.
for
Champ,
the.
what's your name, Champ?
My name is Champagne.
Champagne. Okay, got it. Go ahead, Champagne.
Okay, so I have a question. So why do people that are not Black Americans come over here and have so many opinions about the way we live, our lifestyle, our history, and then get upset when we tell them about their history, about they self? Like they come over here and judge us
Right.
and use all of our benefits and disrespect us here. Like it's so much disrespect. Like what
Yeah.
so I'm just kind of confused on that. And it's like they're trying to prove to us like their culture, or they're trying to make points like, oh, we have culture and this. What does it matter? We are our own people.
Yeah.
You trying to be a part of our community, right?
Yeah.
Getting you. And if your country is so rich in culture and history, why aren't you there? Why are you here? So that's just my little opinion that I had. I just wanted to share my 2 cents
There you go. Now
on here.
I'll address that. Yeah, thank you so much. There's a lot of noise going on over there. But listen. You know what? A lot of these folks who have vitriol for us, a lot of them, they inherited a lot of this nonsense. They were saying this when even before they got here, because there was a lot of jealousy, and the ones who come over here and get a fast track over here were the ones who were selling out the people in their homeland. So you already had a sellout crew of people who were already funny style with the people over there in their homelands. All right. That's how they got a fast track over here. And then these people come over here and try to use us as a stepping stone. And they see how we stand on business. They see that foundational Black Americans are the face of blackness globally. And that bothers them. That bothers them, especially some of the African folks, because in their mind, they're like, damn it, we sold these people and left them for dead. Now they're the face of global damn blackness? Shit. That's a bite in the ass right there. See, over there, they made these little janky deals with the European powers. They made these little janky plea deals that didn't work. And the only people who did not make a plea deal with white supremacy, us, we are the most revered ethnic group in the world. We have the most heroes that are globally recognized as foundational Black Americans. Yes, we do. You understand that? We have the most influential culture in the world. Foundational Black Americans, we influence everybody. You go around the world, everybody's trying to act, dress, talk, dance like foundational Black Americans. You understand? If they act or try to do things like the Europeans, that's because they were forced with a gun. You had to put a gat to them and bomb them and slaughter millions of people in order to get them to acquiesce to that. We have the whole world emulating our style, culture, our advocacy. We didn't fire a shot. That's real power, ladies and gentlemen. That's real power. And a lot of these non-FBAs, they are very, very salty because of that. This is why there's always this denigrating of our culture, telling us what we don't have. Because, see, we got this thing where we're like, hey, we're great over here, but we're so great, we'll share our culture. So we got hip hop, we'll share it. Hey, us all Black people, we all did it together. So we did that to the point with people who had contempt with us, and then they start turning around saying, well, damn it, we actually created it, and you foundational Black Americans didn't create nothing, because y'all ain't got no culture. Everything you got from us. So your soul food, that's egusi. That's from the okra, and you got that from Africa. Your music, well, we had a drum in a village 2,000 years ago. That's where you got the hip hop from. So we start letting these people attribute everything we did to some African tribe for thousands of years ago. This real weak correlation. We let them do that, and we let them take credit for the things we created. And then they turn around and tell us we ain't got no culture. So we had to clean all that stuff up. We're getting some straightening, and they hate that we're doing that. We're like, okay, listen, since you got all that culture, we'll do this. We'll do this. We're now acknowledging our lineage as foundational Black Americans. So everything that we've created culturally, we're going to put it over here, and we're going to acknowledge that. All of your stuff, you go ahead and acknowledge that. You put that in your basket. All right. Our basket is real full. All right. The FBA basket of creations and inventions is extremely full. These other people, like revenue, basket's empty than a motherfucker. Your basket is empty. You ain't done nothing. You ain't achieved nothing. To be honest, you ain't got nothing popping. Not being mean-spirited, you ain't got nothing. A lot of these folks ain't got nothing popping. They ain't invented nothing. Nothing. I'm not trying to be mean. When you start breaking down culture, what the hell is your culture? What is your culture? My language. Okay, you got some language in a village that only you speak. Outside of the village, the language is useless. Okay, that ain't a flex. No disrespect. It is our own language that nobody understands outside your village. That's not a flex. And that language, part of it came from Arabic. So that's not a flex. That came from another colonizer. That's not a flex. The letters you use for that language came from other colonizers. That's not a flex. All right? Come on now. Man, and Revenue, stop. You in here trolling. You're just saying stuff you created. You didn't create anything, Revenue. You couldn't even create anything in your homeland. You created must and flip-flops so you can run. All right, so stop it. You didn't create anything. All right? You created Shantytown, sir. You didn't create nothing in your homeland. You didn't create none of the swag, none of the flavor, nothing. You can't take credit for hip-hop. When Kool Herc came over here, he admitted he was dressing like a hick. They clowned him and made him dress with swag. All right? So you stop that. Shout out to the gifts, guys. All right. Who is this? Big Mad? All right, Big Mad, hop on in, Big Mad. All right. Big Mad, hop on in. All right. Y'all start coming on in the room. Who is this? Moses?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, Moses. How are you?
All right. What do you think about Thanksgiving? About me being here and what they did to us?
Thanksgiving, just the holiday. It's just a
Yes,
holiday.
sir.
It's just a holiday, just another holiday. I don't really think too
Okay.
much of it. Yeah.
Okay.
What do
I
you think
respect
about
you, brother. You keep on pushing
Okay.
the truth, okay?
Okay. Thank you, brother. Okay.
Okay, you take care, brother.
Okay. And that's another thing, family. Y'all, okay. Some of these random ass questions, by the way. Yeah. And by the way, Thanksgiving, the real Thanksgiving came out of Spain when it was November 25th in Spain is when they had to turn over the keys to Grenada to the Christians. That's the real Thanksgiving, by the way. But that's I didn't want to break that down because I don't think he was on that level. That's why I didn't really go there with it. I don't think he would have, I don't think he was on that level. I don't know. Yeah, someone said 30. I'm not going to denigrate the brother. I could have got deep, but the brother didn't seem like he was on that process. That might have been a little too deep for him. Yeah, but because some of these random questions, what I think about Thanksgiving, that's random. What do you think about Thanksgiving, Tyreek? What do you think about it? Because I'm hungry right now. Should we start Thanksgiving early? I'm hungry as hell. I'm thinking about Thanksgiving right now. I can't wait till November 25th. I need some cranberry sauce. I need some greens, beans, tomatoes, greens, beans, peas, tomatoes. You name it. That's what I need right now. Okay. So I think he's hungry. He sounded like he was hungry. He wanted something to eat. I don't know what's going on with the brother. That was very random, just bringing up Thanksgiving. That's why I'm like, I don't think he's trying to be deep. That's why I didn't go deep with it. So, yeah, I think he's going to the hometown buffet, seeing if they got any turkey and some dressing. I don't know. It's random, man. It's random as hell, man. All right. Okay. Yeah, Halloween is coming up. And by the way, we have, speaking of Thanksgiving, we have the Hilarious Harvest Hangout at the Hidden History Museum on Saturday, November 15th. That's going to be a vibe, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday, November 15th at the Hidden History Museum. We got a lot of phenomenal comics that's going to be there. We got complimentary food. It's going to be on and popping. I'm going to be there vibing with y'all. The music is great. And just the Hidden History Museum is a vibe. Y'all get your tickets to join us at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. hiddenhistorymuseum.com. That's what you shout out for the cheese, bro. My sister in here, my baby sister in here. How's Vonnie doing, Nikki? How's our other sister, Vonnie? I know Vonnie be listening. What's up, sister Vonnie? Are you in here, Vonnie? Vonnie, you need to make a page and get up in here and kick it with us. Yes, indeed. I'm going to get a couple of more calls in here because I got to get up. I forgot. I got a lot of shit to do tomorrow. I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow, and I'm up here kicking it with y'all. Y'all got me up all night. Y'all want me to stay on a little bit longer? Because I do got to go to bed. I can stay with y'all asses. Y'all got to throw some gifts up in here, though. Let's get some gifts up in here. Give me some teddy bears, dogs, government cheese, all that stuff, cakes. There you go. Throw some cards in there. Let's get some gifts in here. If y'all want me to rock out for a little while longer, I can rock out. We got to get some gifts in here. All right. We got to rock out. Let's throw some gifts up in here, fam. Let's make this thing pop off. All right. Thank you for the dog. Yes, yes, yes. What's that? Where's the museum? The museum is on 2131 West Jefferson Boulevard. 2131 West Jefferson Boulevard in Los Angeles. Los Angeles, California, 90018. It's a vibe. It is a vibe. Y'all got to come on through. It is a definite vibe. All right. Thank you for the cheese. Thank you for the cake. Yum, yum, yum. Thank you for the boxing gloves. Punch, punch, punch. There you go. Thank you for the pumpkin pie. Yummy. All right. Thank you for the pumpkin. The pumpkin latte. There you go. We up in here. All right. Raise those hands, family. Thank you for the bush meat. Tether, tether, tether. All right. All right. Let's see who we got. Let's see. What's your name? It'll start with a T. All right. Starts with the T. All right. What's up, brother? Man, what kind of noise is that? Brother, what kind of noise is that? Brother, this nigga getting his perm dried out. He's under a dryer. Come on, brother. What you over there getting a silk press?